That's right, you read the title correctly. They told me I had cancer. Now let me tell you guys the whole story of how it happened. A few years back, I got this really shearing, really stinging pain in the left side of my hip. And at that time, I was very active. I was going to the gym a lot. I had a trainer who was training me. So I thought that it was just muscle pain until it got so bad that even if I touched it a little bit, it would be so painful. Like I couldn't even touch that part of my hip. I went to the doctor because I was just pushing off going to the doctor. I'm scared of the doctor, guys. And then finally when I went, she prescribed an ultrasound to me, a pelvic ultrasound. So I went to get my ultrasound done. I went back to the doctor and she saw my results and she found ascites, which is basically water in your stomach. That's the type of water that should not exist in your stomach. So I was kind of freaking out, but my doctor's like, oh, it's just a very, very little amount, so it's fine. It doesn't really matter. And then a few weeks later, I did another ultrasound, and guess what? This time the water was more. So I went back to the doctor, and the doctor's like, your water has increased, so you're gonna have to go to the hospital. She told me it was ascites, and ascites is basically not so simple. So it's usually caused by cancer or some type of tumor or something like that. You know, it's a scary thing. Ascites isn't something that, you should take lightly. So I went to the hospital. I was freaking out and finally got admitted to the hospital. And that's when they did my procedure where a male surgeon, he had a syringe that was like a thick syringe and he kind of poked me on the side of my stomach and he took some fluid out. It was a very painful procedure and a male was doing it, so I was like freaking out doubly, okay? He was taking it out and he's like, you know what? It's fine, just be comfortable. You don't have to take your veil off. You don't have to do anything. I just need to take the water out of your stomach a little bit. I went back to my bed. One day later, I got the results and they said it was benign. So the water in my stomach was benign. Benign basically means that nothing was multiplying in my stomach. There was no infection that was multiplying. It was just there, it was not harmful. But then the doctor came and he's like, Mubina, let me sit you down. You need to be calm and you need to listen to me. There is a possibility that you may have cancer. And at that moment, my life just flashed in front of my eyes. Like I was in shock. Like and comment this video for part 2.